Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum and good morning. How are you, dear students? Welcome to the Facebook Live class on Communicative English practical session. Can you hear me, please? If not, please let me know over phone or post comments that you are unable to listen to me. All right, dear students, I think it's okay. Thanks once again for joining online class. Okay, dear students, back to the lesson. Do you remember the last two sessions? Yes, I have discussed about the integration of information and communication technology uh, in learning uh, language. I mean ICT, Actually, the purpose of introducing ICT in learning a language is to make you self-motivated learner. You know, ICT is widely used all over the world to make the teaching learning activities interactive, fruitful, and productive. It is beneficial to both teachers and students. It helps to collaborate and share knowledge between teachers and students. Okay, and it also mm, allow both teachers and students anywhere, anytime. Right now, you are watching or you are availing this opportunity without attending future class uh, in the campus. You see, uh, you are in the virtual class right now, but you are staying your home. Your teacher is staying home. So this is one of the uh, great opportunity of or the blessings you can say of the ICT. Okay. All right. In future, this type of teaching learning methods be more convenient, effective, reliable, and sustainable. So, hope for the best. Okay, dear students, in today's lesson, I will talk about the tactics of review. Almost less or more, we have learned, shared, and discussed the contents of the syllabus that is given for communicative English. But we have not reviewed the lessons we learned, and we didn't probably apply it to practice of our own to master the language. Am I right? Yes. Now it's time to go for review and know how to apply the tactics of review in terms of learning a language. So let's go to share what happens to lecture 4. All right. So far, I guess that you are watching the first slide, right? And as usual, I used to say the objectives of communicative English practical part or practical session. And after completion of this session or of this part, we will be able to develop, communicate the areas that learners encounter in real life situations. I mean, if you face any encounter in terms of communication, of course, you must become competent and confident uh, in these situations and reinforce the basic skills of listening and speaking. Actually, we will try to develop our uh, develop two skills, especially listening and speaking. Okay, and lastly, we will be confident enough to integrate ICT. As I said, as I mentioned, that ICT is information and communication technology as tools in learning a language. Okay. All right. Lecture 4. In today's lesson, we will focus on self-motivated strategies for learning communicative English. I will give you a definition of self-motivation. What is self-motivation in my later slide? Okay, and then we will also learn the tactics of review, right? And ultimately, we will learn some new vocabulary uh, related to the topics. Okay, that is tactics of review. And you have to write a composition on use of ICT in learning a language. And the topic of your group discussion is about utility of a language lab. Okay, so dear viewers, students, and don't forget to use headphones while going to listen to me. Okay, first we have to learn what is self-motivation and how can be applied in learning. Okay, if you want to be a self-motivated learner, then how we can apply it? How we can apply it in our personal studies of learning? Okay. So you see, first self motivation. So let's say what is the meaning of self motivation? Self motivation actually is an important skill. Yes, of course, this is a very important skill because without self motivation we cannot achieve our goal. So the force that drives you to do things, self-motivation means you will feel force that will drive you to achieve the goal. Okay. And the ability to motivate yourself. This is also the ability বলতে আমরা যেটা মিন করি বা বুঝে থাকি সেটা হচ্ছে সামর্থ্য অর্থাৎ নিজেকে মোটিভেট করার সামর্থ্য ওকে and then self motivation moves you in the face of setbacks okay self motivation তোমাদেরকে ঘুরে দাঁড়াতে সাহায্য করবে হেল্প করবে okay and helps to take up opportunities of course if you are self motivated then it will help you to enjoy great opportunities okay sometimes you see the advertisement uh, of the electronic media or in the newspaper that uh, a person is needed those who are self motivated okay it is given in the job advertisement okay self motivated person is needed to recruit in particular companies. And then so self motivation is a very important skill regarding this and it we should have this and then committed to what they want to achieve okay actually self motivation is a commitment by which the person can uh, mm, reach the goal okay so that is all about the self motivation and let's see what happens all right tactics of review our subtopic how we can review the lessons we learn in different times or several times you see regarding this if you master all right let me explain why we have learned why we have experienced the definition of motivation because if you want to master the language or any language, of course, you must be self motivated because it will help you to reach the goal. It will help you to become successful, okay, in mastering a language. So you must be committed, okay. So regarding this, we need to know the tactics of review. So if you master a language, you need to have clear motivation. Okay, of course, you must be motivated to learn a language. Okay, especially what we are doing, learning communicative English, and you must know or you must understand every pros and cons of a lesson. Okay, and then read and listen to that text. অবশ্যই আমাদেরকে টেক্সটটি রিড করতে হবে এবং খুব মনোযোগের সাথে শুনতে হবে, and then we have to learn the words and phrases very carefully, very attentively, and then and this is very important, this is very interesting, that is, I suggest you to make many mistakes. Why I suggest you to make many mistakes? Because learning learning begins from committing mistakes. Okay, ভুল থেকেই আসলে মূলত আমাদের প্রকৃত শিক্ষাটা হয়, right? And then have a quick look of the body language of speaker. কথিত আছে যে মানুষ আহ, মুখে যা বলে তার থেকে বেশি প্রকাশ করে, মুখে বলে যা প্রকাশ করে তার থেকে বেশি প্রকাশ করে তার বডি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ, মানে হচ্ছে তার শারীরিক ভাষা। সো দিস আর দ্য ট্যাকটিক্স অফ রিভিউ লেসন। আমরা যদি একটা লেসনকে রিভিউ করতে চাই, তাহলে অবশ্যই আমাদেরকে এই পয়েন্টস গুলো মাথায় রাখতে হবে। দ্যাট ইজ, we should have clear motivation, we should have understand pros and cons of a lesson, we need to read and listen to the text very carefully, and we should learn the words and phrases, and of course we must make mistakes, and we will follow the body language of the speaker. Okay. All right. 5 common tactics of review. Listen to example over and over again. Okay. All right, dear students. I will give you an example in my later slide, and you have to listen over and over again, and how you will listen and how you will introduce technology to do all this. Will get the information in my later slide. Okay, use voice recording tools to master perfect pronunciation. If you want to master perfect pronunciation like a native speaker, of course you have to use voice recording tools, right? And then master your recorded conversations, right? The conversation you have recorded, then of course you will just listen uh, once more, twice more, thrice more. Okay, so you can find the faults, you can find the mistakes there, and you can have a correction. Okay, use mobile devices to reinforce previously learned conversations. Okay, nowadays each and everybody in our country, especially the juvenile people, have Android phones, and they use social networking sites, and you see you are also using your Android phones or mobile phones to listen to me right now. So you just use these devices as much as you can, and read with line by line notes. You should take notes while you go for reading it. Okay, we will go for the examples. And before then, listen to example over and over again. Okay, how you will listen to the example over and over again. You see, start to pick up the rhyme of a language. আসলে এখানে তোমাদেরকে একটু বলতে হচ্ছে যে রাইম মানে কি, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য মিনিং অফ রাইম। রাইম কথাটার অর্থ হচ্ছে ছন্দ, আমরা যদি বলি এটাকে বলা হয় ছন্দ। সো স্টার্ট টু পিক দ্য রাইম অফ এ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ। এখন এই ছন্দ কিন্তু কবিতার ছন্দ নয়, এই ছন্দটা হচ্ছে যে তোমাকে প্রত্যেকটা ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজেরই কিন্তু একটা রাইম আছে বা ছন্দ আছে। যেমন বাংলায় এক ধরনের ইন্টোনেশন ব্যবহার করি আমরা, বাংলায় এক ধরনের টোনাল এফেক্ট থাকে, ঠিক ইংরেজিতে আরবিতে ঠিক প্রত্যেকটা ক্ষেত্রে কিন্তু একইভাবে আমরা এক ধরনের টোনাল এফেক্ট ব্যবহার করে থাকি বা টোনাল এফেক্ট দেখতে পাই, দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড রাইম। So try to catch the accent of the native speaker. And regarding this, সেক্ষেত্রে সে যে ভাষারই হোক না কেন, সেই ভাষার যারা নেটিভ স্পিকার, try to follow them, try to follow their accent. Accent মানে হচ্ছে তাদের উচ্চারণ। ওকে, তারা যে কৌশলে বা যেভাবে যে টেকনিকে যে ওয়েতে তারা শব্দগুলোকে উচ্চারণ করেন বা ভাষাটাকে উচ্চারণ করেন। and listen line by line and read along, এবং লাইন বাই লাইন সেটা শুনতে হবে এবং সাথে সাথে উচ্চারণও করতে হবে। and then use tools to practice as much as possible. আমি আগেই বলেছি যে এক্ষেত্রে আমরা আইসিটি টুলস ব্যবহার করি। আইসিটি টুলস সম্পর্কে আমি বিস্তারিত বলেছি এর আগে বা বোঝানোর চেষ্টা করেছি। তো সেক্ষেত্রে আইসিটি টুলস যা যা প্রয়োজন এই কাজগুলো করতে, সেগুলো আমাদেরকে ব্যবহার করতে হবে। ওকে, এবং যত বেশি আমরা আইসিটি টুলস এর ব্যবহার করব তত বেশি আমরা পারফেকশনে আসতে পারবো। ওকে, আমি তোমাদেরকে এখন I'm just giving you the address of some dialogue, you see, that is basicenglishspeaking.com family. You will get a lot of dialogues there that is given for you to carry on conversation, to practice speaking. Okay, so I have taken a topic that is daily speaking conversation on your family. আমরা ফ্যামিলি সম্পর্কে বা ফ্যামিলি নিয়ে একটা কনভারসেশন আমরা নিয়েছি। এখন it's your duty first that you will just listen to this video from the native speaker first, and then actually you will get the voice recording there. If you go to the, or if you visit these websites, then of course you will get the voice recording. Okay, first you will listen to the native speaker's voice, and then you will read along with the native speaker, and then on you will just try of your own following the native speaker, the follow the native speaker's accent and intonation, and then you will just try it of your own. And using okay, of course you will record your voice, and you will just listen to your record once more, twice more, thrice more. Okay, so I don't wanna read this dialogue. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm just reading it out, and if you can read out along with me. So Smith and Diana, they're true friends, and they're talking about their family. Okay. So Smith says, how many people are there in your family? Diana answered, there are five people in my family: my father, mother, brother, sister, and me. Smith, does your family live in a house or an apartment? Diana, we live in a house in the countryside. Smith, what does your father do? Diana, my father is a doctor. He works at the local hospital. Smith, how old is your mother? Diana, she is 40 years old, 1 year younger than my father. Smith, do you have any siblings? What is his name? Diana, yes, I do. I have one elder brother, David, and one younger sister, Mary. Smith, are you the oldest amongst your brothers and sisters? Diana, no, I'm not. I'm the second child in my family. Smith, what do your mother, fathers, or father like? Diana, my father likes playing football and my mother likes cooking. Smith, do your parents let you stay out late? Diana, of course not. They always ask me to get home before 10 p.m. each night. Smith, do you stay with your parents? Okay. Diana, yes, I am. Okay, all right. This is the simple conversation between Diana and Smith, or you may have of your own. And if you don't if you cannot create your own dialogues, okay, you can follow the address what I said uh, mm, in my previous slide. Okay, now it's your duty to use voice recording tools to master perfect pronunciation. How you can master the perfect pronunciation? How you can uh, uh, do the intonation just like the native speaker? Of course, if you want to master it, if you want to achieve perfection, then of course you have to follow this step. Okay, first record your voice. First, you record your voice. Compare against native speakers. প্রথমেই তোমাদেরকে কি করতে হবে যে তোমার এই যে ভয়েসটা সেটাকে রেকর্ড করতে হবে। দেন তুমি তো এর আগে নেটিভ স্পিকারের কাছে একই ডায়ালগ শুনেছো, সো ইউ উইল জাস্ট কম্পেয়ার and try to find your faults. Okay, try to find your mistakes. uh, and then repeat after the native speaker. এরপরে আবার তোমাকে যেটা করতে হবে সেটা হচ্ছে যে নেটিভ স্পিকারকে ফলো করে আবার you will just try of your own following native speaker. Okay, try to match your voice. এরপরে কি করতে হবে, এরপরে তোমাদেরকে যে তার ভয়েসের সাথে তোমার ভয়েসটিকে ম্যাচ করানোর চেষ্টা করতে হবে। ইট ইজ ইজি টু ইউজ ভয়েস রেকর্ডার। আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে এটা কোনো কঠিন কাজ নয়, এটা খুবই সহজ একটা কাজ। And each and everybody, you have Android phones and their recording options. You can easily do it of your own. Okay. প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থীবৃন্দ, আমি তোমাদেরকে এখন যেই ক্লাসগুলো করাচ্ছি মূলত সেগুলো হচ্ছে প্র্যাকটিক্যাল ক্লাস। এখন এই প্র্যাকটিক্যাল ক্লাসে আমাদের যেটা করতে হবে সেটা হচ্ছে যে যে স্টেপগুলো আমি তোমাদেরকে এখানে বলছি, অ্যাডভাইস করছি, you have to do of your own in your home. Okay, first you just um, find out the suitable podcast. What is the meaning of podcast মানে হচ্ছে যে এখানে যেমন তুমি you want to practice dialogue. Okay, all right, no problem. Try to search the podcast. You will get a lot of dialogues are there, and from you can choose one of the dialogue, and you can practice it. Uh, okay, you can download it, you can record it, or you can practice of your own, right? So these are the practical words. If you want to master a language, if you want to target to become efficient, to become fluent in speaking, to become fluent in to become confident in listening, uh, of course you have to do it once more. Okay. And then, how you will record your conversation, okay, and how you will master your recorded conversation. So, step one, record conversation and go over them again and again. প্রথমেই তোমাকে যেটা করতে হবে, কনভারসেশনটা রেকর্ড করতে হবে এবং সেটা বারবার শুনতে হবে। মাস্টার এন্টায়ার কনভারসেশন এন্ড রিপিট লাইন বাই লাইন। তোমাকে পুরো কনভারসেশনটাকে আয়ত্ত করতে হবে এবং লাইন বাই লাইন সেটাকে রিপিট করতে হবে। And then use available dialogue and download in your computer or in your mobile phone from the websites. আমি তোমাদেরকে একটা ওয়েবসাইট অ্যাড্রেস দিয়েছি, and you will get a lot of websites are there, podcasts are there, where you will get uh, lot of dialogues, okay, or what you demand, you will get it there. Read the entire transcript of the dialogue. অবশ্যই ট্রান্সক্রিপ্ট যেটা আমরা বলি যে দেখে দেখে পড়া আর কি, যে পেজটা থাকে সেটাই হচ্ছে ট্রান্সক্রিপ্ট, অর্থাৎ রিটেন এক্সাম্পল যেটা থাকে, রিটেন যে বস্তুটা থাকে সেটাকেই আমরা ট্রান্সক্রিপ্ট বলছি। তো এটা আমাদেরকে পুরোটা পড়তে হবে, বারবার পড়তে হবে। ওকে। And then use mobile devices to reinforce previously learned conversation. এখন আমরা যেটা এর আগে ডাউনলোড করেছি, শুনেছি, প্র্যাকটিস করেছি, সেটাকে আমরা সেভ করে রাখতে পারি কোন একটা ফোল্ডারের মধ্যে, এবং সেটাকে আমরা আবার একটু দু একদিন পর পরই আবার আমরা সেটাকে উই ক্যান রিপিট ইট। ওকে। You see how we can do it. You see, concentrated review is the best way to progress your language study. তুমি যদি অবশ্যই আমরা যদি বারবার এই রিভিউ কনসেন্ট্রেট করি, বারবার এই পর্যালোচনার বা আলোচনার বা ইউজ করার যে বিষয়টা সেটাকে যদি আমরা বারবার প্র্যাকটিস করি, তাহলে অবশ্যই আমাদের ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ স্টাডিতে আমাদের উন্নয়ন হবে, আমাদের অগ্রগতি হবে। And then download the recorded dialogue in your mobile and incorporate into the music playlist. অর্থাৎ আমরা এই ডায়ালগ গুলো, সেটা আমাদের ব্যক্তিগত ডায়ালগ কনভারসেশনও কিন্তু হতে পারে, ইট মে বি দ্য কনভারসেশন বিটুইন you and your friends, but not in Bengali, but of course it must be in English. Okay, you can record the discussion topic, okay, and you can listen to that very topics later, okay, while you are free. So you can download the recorded dialogue, and you have to incorporate into the music playlist so that you can listen to the dialogues, or you can practice easily. Write quick review of it round the day, effectively reinforce which you have learned. প্রতিদিন যদি আমরা একটা একটা বার অন্তত রিভিউ করি, if we spend at least 5 minutes to 10 minutes for reviewing or practice dialogue or recorded dialogue, then it will help us a lot to master a language. Okay. And then read with line by line notes. Of course, আমাদেরকে অবশ্যই লাইন বাই লাইন নোটস নিয়ে পড়তে হবে। And so, what happens here is, if you really master the pronunciation and natural intonation, আমি যদিও বলে থাকি যে pronunciation is not so important, because Indians don't follow the natural intonation of the native speaker. You see, they speak of their own way. But remember one thing: Americans or native speakers or British people or the native people don't ignore Indians' pronunciation. their pronunciation is recognized all over the world. So I think that it is urgent to become fluent first, then we should pay attention to the pronunciation. Okay, but if you want to pay attention both at the same time, then you can follow this instruction, right? Read along with নেটিভ স্পিকার। অবশ্যই যখন নেটিভ স্পিকাররা কথা বলেন তখন তাদের সাথে তোমাকেও উচ্চারণ করতে হবে। And then start slower first, then slowly increase your pace. If you want to become a fluent speaker, first you start slower and then gradually you increase your speed of speaking, and then make your pronunciation more natural. Ultimately, if you follow the first two rules, ultimately your pronunciation gradually would be more natural. Okay, and understand fluent speaker. And try to understand, try to concentrate, try to devote yourself to understand the fluent speaker. Okay, so that is all about the topic. That is all about the mm, terms that is read with line by line notes. Okay. All right. Dear students, we are at the end of the session and it's time to learn the new vocabulary. Of course, you have learned some new vocabularies. You tend to experience some new words, phrases, and you will write it here, okay, for your collection, okay. And ultimately, I have given you the topic to discuss among your friends about the utility of a language lab. So far, I know you don't have any language lab in your institute, but you will ask your principals, you will ask your head of the institute to set up a language lab. It will actually, we need to develop our environment to practice language. Without a proper environment, it is a little bit impossible to practice or to do activities. Okay, so I think that I would request every respected principals, honorable principals, us to set up a language lab for the students to master the language or to achieve our goal. Okay, and then homework. You see, write a paragraph on. You have to write a paragraph. You have to carry on uh, uh, practicing writing on the following topic, that is use of ICT in learning a language. Of course, you have to follow the technique of illustration here, right? Okay, all right. It may not be the paragraph, it may be the composition, it may be the one more paras, it may have one more paras. It's up to you, okay? All right, thank you so much to stay with me for the last 30 minutes and more. Thank you once again. If you want to keep watching and get connected with if you want to watch this video once more, of course, you have to visit www.skills.gov.bd, and we have a new website address that is run by the Directorate of Technical Education, that is www.onlinetibet.com. You will also get this video there, and you can download, you can share, you can listen to this video once more. Thank you very much. Thank you so much to stay with me and listen to me with patience. Bye bye.